Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Kill the small talkers. I'm your host, Alex Caron, and I'm here today with my friend Juan De La Rosa. He's an actor, comedian from Bellflower, California. You've seen him on shows like Danger Force on Nickelodeon, Quinn Pin's, a Jimmy John's commercial, and as of most recently, the short film Matinees with producer and Alex, and friend of the show, Alex Feldman. Juan, bienvenidos. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you so much. That's a great intro.
I finally got you on. And Sue, and I'll get you back in the future with hopefully a longer credits.
Oh yeah, hopefully. I mean, that's the goal. But no, that was good. I love that. That was a heartwarming intro. I appreciate that.
Okay, now your turn. Introduce me.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the person that can make you tickle, the person that can make you giggle. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Caron. Give it up for him. For the kill small talk.
Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
There you go.
Juan, where are you? Are you? Come the go-go dancer, the burlesque dancers. I shake your hand.
Right.
How the hell are you? What's up, dude? Where are you at right now? Are you home?
I am. It looks like I'm in Big Bear, but I'm actually just in Bellflower.
It does kind of look like you're in a lodge, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But no, I guess it gives that feeling. I don't know. But yeah, no, I'm in Bellflower. I'm over here. I was living in Hollywood for a bit, but then I moved over here.
Yeah, and you're originally from Bellflower, right? That's where you grew up?
I was born and raised, in Bellflower. The hospital, it's crazy. The hospital, I think it just stopped, delivering, and I guess it just turned into something else. So I was like the last. I think I was the last baby or another year. Yeah, that were delivered in Bellflower Hospital. Now everybody's getting delivered in
God
Lakewood.
damn it, no more kids. Lakewood?
Yeah, so yeah, no, seriously, now that you think about it, there is no original. I like to call them Bellflorians.
Bellflorians. I'm a what do you call people from Downey? Downians? I guess, yeah, Downians.
Downians? Hey, I like that.
Oh no, you call us the Mexican Beverly Hills.
You guys are the Mexican Beverly Hills. I went over there for Halloween, and you guys rock out. It is like a mini. You don't have to go all the way to Beverly Hills. Just go to Downey. You'll be fine.
Just go to Downey. Go on Reeves Avenue, and you'll find houses for up to or starting from $3.2 million
on a good day.
Actually, okay, Juan, we usually have this segment on the show called This or That. That's going to be a series of just rapid fire questions. We usually play it in the sort of middle of the show, but we're changing things up here, and we're gonna do it now. Oh, and if one of these questions reminds you of a story, like something you have to share, or like an anecdote, or reminds you of something, feel free to cut me off, and then we can go on from there. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, all good. Shoot.
Alrighty. Would you rather listen to playlists or podcasts?
Playlists.
Shoes or slippers?
Ooh, slippers.
In the house.
Oh,
slippers. Okay. Swimming pool or beach?
Oof. Swimming pool.
Fruits or vegetables?
Fruits.
Summer or winter?
Winter.
Cookies or chips?
Chips.
Soda or juice?
Soda.
Living in a farm or living in a city?
Living in the city.
Would you rather receive texts or calls?
Calls.
New phone or new clothes?
New clothes.
Would you rather be a driver or a passenger?
You know what, driver? It's about
driver?
time.
Yeah.
No, not yet. No, yeah, driver.
Comedy or horror?
Comedy.
Beer or wine?
Beer. Oh, why did I say it like
movies
that?
Or TV shows?
No offense to wine drinkers. Oh, movies.
No, man. Fuck the wine drinkers. You make your bold choice.
No, I like the wine drinkers. It's a different kind of wine. It's a different kind of like. Sorry, but yeah.
Well, what wine do you like?
You know what? I went to the winery, the San Antonio winery right here in LA, the close one.
Oh yeah, I still haven't been there. Mm-hmm.
Dude, the Stella Rosa over there is pretty good. I mean,
Stella
it's sweet.
Rosa.
It's
yeah, man.
dessert wine. Yeah, it's dessert wine, but they have this other kind of like brandy type of wine where it's phenomenal. It's a good place to eat too. La Nona, like that.
Yeah, man. No, was that recent? I haven't been yet, but my sister and her boyfriend went not that long ago, and they highly recommended it.
Yeah, it's pretty. Like if you ever bored in LA and you have nothing else to do and you want to go have a good time and you don't even have to have a lot of cash. I'm talking like tops, like if you have like $100 to spare or like 50, $60, you can go and just, buy a wine and taste it. Or if you have a little extra money, you can go get some dinner and then just call it a day. I recommend Christmas.
So could be a good Christmas. Go around Christmas time.
Yeah, Christmas is just, the decorations is phenomenal. Summer, that's the thing. I think I'll give it that. They know how to decorate. All right, because when it's summer, with spring, it's spring, it's summer, but they know how to, they put effort into it. The aesthetics is on point at San Antonio Winery.
So good potential place for a date.
1,000%. If they like wine. You know what? Yeah. If they, that should be like on the third, fourth day, I think.
Okay, not first date. Yeah. Third or fourth. Yeah.
Yeah, because then,
okay.
All right. Yeah. Sorry.
Not right away. Okay. Waffles or pancakes?
Oh, waffles.
And in the morning, I make it waffles. Rain or snow?
Rain.
Curly hair or straight hair?
Straight hair.
Sweet or salty?
Sweet.
What's your favorite sweet?
Honestly, Reese's Pieces on a good day. Or Snickers. Anything chocolatey, dude. I'm like, chocolatey. Dude, I wish I could be at the Willy Wonka factory. That's my place.
Juan Wonka factory.
Hey,
I got one.
The one and only.
I got one. Donas or conchas?
Conchas.
Conchas? I'm gonna go donas. But it depends where the conchas are from, because sometimes, dude, like they come out so soft and like just warm and just so fresh. Like the fresh ones are simply the best with a cup of coffee. So let me ask you this: even a cold glass of milk.
Where do you get your?
Okay.
Oh, that's amazing. That's the way to do it. Where do you get your bread?
You know what? These days I don't usually go out shopping for bread anymore, just because I'm trying to slim up more and But growing up as a kid, my mom would bring back some Ponce's Bakery. It's a little bakery shop in Downey, and they're still around. And she'll bring conchas from there. They're pretty good. But donuts, I'm gonna have a shout out. Yeah.
To
who are you shouting out?
The panaderia right here on Alondra and Eucalyptus. People know who I'm talking about. That is the only panaderia that I know that is doing like live bread that comes out straight from the oven. Then they stack it up and they put it in.
Do you remember the name?
La Panaderia.
Okay, so wherever you're listening, look up Panaderias in Bellflower, and I'm sure it'll pop up.
It'll pop out for sure. It's right on Eucalyptus and Alondra. Shut up.
Where do you let me ask you this, where do you get your donuts from?
Oh, that's a great question. I get it on Alondra and Woodruff. Alondra and
Woodruff. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right in front of Bellflower High. It's really good donuts.
Okay. Wait, is it one of those like mom and pop like donut places? Right? They serve you in the pink box. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
When I was living in Eagle Rock, there's this donut shop, Eagle Rock Donuts, and they're the absolute best. They're decently priced, but they have like specialty donuts, and the entire building is pink, and they have a wide variety of donuts, all different kinds. It's really good. So if you're ever in Eagle Rock, I highly recommend going there. It's off of Colorado. But let's keep this going. We have a few more. Pizza or pasta?
Pasta.
Pasta. Do you prefer, when you're reading, do you prefer fiction or nonfiction?
Nonfiction.
If you do read.
Nonfiction.
All right, and that's about it. You passed this or that quiz, even though there weren't any right answers. Although there were some right answers for some.
Oh, well, all right. Well, good to know. Honestly, hey, I felt like I was in therapy for a second. I was like,
that you were where in therapy?
Yeah, for a little bit, I was like, "Oh man, these questions." I was like, "I don't know.
They're so deep and thought provoking."
Questions? Or are they serious? Or are they just,
Yeah, they're for fun. I do. I want to talk about how you and I met. We met. You were working at Theater of Arts. And I bring them up all the time on this show, just because I've met some really great people there. It's a really great training program, and I met you. Back in, I want to say that was the end of 2018 when Keith. Do you remember Keith Pittman? Not Gertzner, Keith Pittman.
Oh yeah, Keith Pittman. Yeah.
Yeah, he had just finished TOA, and he recommended the school, and I walked in. And I walked into the the not student lounge area, but it was like the what do you call it? Admissions. It was the admissions office, and it was Nicole and Nicole Aquino, and you were sitting in the corner beside her as you were putting on a Santa Claus costume. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah. I was visiting. That's so funny because believe it or not, Charlie put me on to that job at Museum of Illusions. So
Charlie Velasco, yeah,
a great guy, man. He helped me out at that time, and at that time it was Christmas. I think it was Christmas, or it was. I think so.
Must have been.
It was coming into the new year.
Because it was the end of 2018.
Exactly. Yeah,
that makes sense.
And
it was.
I was giving out flyers on the boulevard in the Santa Claus suit, but I was like, let me go say hi to my good friend Keith because I know he got a job at Theater of Arts, lucky bastard. So I was like, let me go bug him real quick while I was working at Museum of Illusions.
Got you. Okay. So you decided. So did you ask? Because I worked at Museum of Illusions too. That's where Charlie got me that job. As doing the same thing you were doing. We were promoters, and for a while, you and I were on Hollywood Boulevard together, promoting and passing out flyers for this museum that's still there. Dude, I remember this one time. It was. I can't get in trouble anymore. I don't work there. And neither do you. But there was a moment, there was a day where it was so slow on the boulevard, and then you were like, "Hey, Alex, there's a show that's going to be shot at the Arena Theater, which is what the theater our school used. They were shooting like a pilot or something. You were like, let's go." And I was like, "Dude, we're working, we're on the clock." And you were like, "Dude, they're not going to check." You're like, "You don't know how many times I've walked away from this job doing who knows what, and you come back and no one knew you were gone." So I was like, all right, fuck it. So we went, dude, we were gone for like a couple hours.
Dude,
we were, I can't believe we did that.
Oh, man. That dude,
and it was so close. It was we walked there. That's how close it was to our job. So that's how we were able to really get away with it too. And you were like, if they ask, just tell them we like walked far. Like we were like, oh, like we were down that way by Hollywood and Highland by the Dolby Theater. You know, there's a lot of people there, and so we were handing out flyers there. That's where most of the traffic is.
Oh my gosh, dude! All the things that we would go through, the scenarios, just because I knew how boring the job was. Because And I was like, I can't do this to my worst enemy, pa. Like, I gotta, I gotta help this guy out, man. I gotta like let him know the ropes around this place, because,
And we were gone for a while. Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
that was a fun moment. We've done that. We did that a few times. How did you find out about TOA? Because you went there first as a student, and then you started working there, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I found out about. So this is a funny story. Fresh out of high school, boom. All right, this kid wants to be an actor. All right, so where are you gonna go train? Because obviously that's what professionals do. So I went to ANDA at first. I went over there.
For the listeners, that's the American. American something of dramatic arts. American.
Yeah. It's an acting.
AMDA. Yeah, it's an acting school. Yeah,
it's an acting. That should be their slogan. AMDA. It's an acting school.
It's an acting school. That's an acting school. Nah, come on.
Yeah.
What else do you want?
Yeah, but it was just so. Honestly, for me, but look, you know how it is, Alex. We're from. I'm from Bellflower. You're from Downey. This part of the area, we're at least middle class to lower class. We don't got that kind of money like that, Mm-mm. So, when they were talking about the dorms and they were talking about the classes and how much and the tuition, I was like, no, that's too much. I was like, I can't do that. Plus, my family was gonna help me out with it, but I was like, nah, I can't put that much pressure on them. So I searched up other places, and I got. It's funny, for TOA, it was at the small studio on what's it called? What's that street called?
Yeah, it's on Highland.
Highland, yeah, the old building.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it was sketchy at first. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, what the hell is this? I was like, this is not what I was thinking. I don't know. But then I saw a bunch of students walk by. And they were like, all right, cool. And I saw some instructors, and I was like, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's starting to be okay. Then I went to the theater, which was the other Arena Theater, and they sat me down, Michael Jury. Yeah, and he was like, so, this is what it is. Like, you're not going to make it. So most of the time people come in here, they think they're going to make it, but most of the time they're not going to make it. So,
right.
Nah, fan. Like, for me, it was more like if you want, if you don't, you don't. This is the reality of it. There's no sugarcoating it. And I'm like, you know what? I like that, because that is the reality.
I mean, he's right.
And yeah, 1000%. So then I went through the courses, which was crazy, because the stories I have at that school is ridiculous, man. I mean,
dude, we got 40 minutes left. Go for it.
Dude, okay, so like, oh man, where do I begin, dude? Like, talk about I think I gotta make a movie or a show about this, because it's not even. It's kind of like a dorm or a fraternity for other colleges, how they go through it. Mm-hmm. But we went through it to a whole different way, because the personalities, the people that we meet that are going in and out of that school, the struggles that we've all sort of got involved in, because it's an acting school. So we got to connect. So of course I'm going to care about what the hell you're going through, inside in character and outside of life. Like, but it was just so many good memories. Honestly, everything man, there's so many different stories, so many different people that I don't even know where to begin, where to start. I mean, all right, so
say okay, it's from the beginning.
Remember the part where we all went out to karaoke and we were drinking, and I was walking down the street just yelling blah 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 to that was a funny night.
I have those memories saved on my phone.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And like, and also the theater moments, like when you guys would put on shows and everything, and you guys would perform, like the after parties, the hanging out, the creating, which like I kind of want to like do something where like it's kind of like a reunion, like like get everybody kind of back together a little bit, just
we
to create
should.
something.
We totally should do a reunion party.
Yeah,
absolutely. I'll help you organize it, dude. That sounds like a great time.
I'll talk. You know what? We'll talk to David, who was a guest on your show as well. David.
David has been a guest. Tonio Scarpita, he was my last guest. Who else have I had from TOA? Alex Feldman. Alex Feldman was a guest on my show. Berenice Diaz. She was a guest.
Barry. She's great.
Very nice.
She's amazing.
She's so funny. Well, dude, I don't know. Here, how about? Do you have any sort of nightmare, like actor nightmare, like horror stories from TOA? Maybe it's you guys are getting ready for a show and like worst thing happens. Like, do you have like a theater horror story from there that you feel okay to share?
Yeah. What's it called? It was Shakespeare. It was Shakespeare, and we had Paul Wagar. We had Paul Wagar as a teacher for Shakespeare. Listen, Paul Wagar, you guys, a lot of people had him for dialect or for like, what's it called?
I had him for like speech. Vocal. Speech, yeah. It was like speech or like vocal. Yeah.
Which is amazing. But we had him for fucking Shakespeare, my guy. Like,
yeah,
it was all of that. All of those classes combined in one with Shakespeare on top of that, with verse and with all that. Like, this guy, man, like, imagine doing. Okay, so you know how Paul Wagar has you go again.
Again. He'll go,
yeah,
again,
and he, he makes you kind of discover it without him telling you. Okay, but imagine doing that on fucking stage, physically going through the lines. It's like, again. I'm like, and I'm like, so at one point, I was doing my monologue and I was just like, he was like, again. And I kept doing it. And he was like, again. And I did it again. And then he was like, again. And I was like, bro, am I going crazy right now, bro? Like, I was getting pissed the fuck off now at this point. But I held it in. I was like, and I said it, and he was like, Juan, again. And then I was like, that's when I kind of like, instead of snapping at him, I just went, I'm trying. Oh, and then that's when I started like, I'm the type of person that holds my anger. So when I hold my anger, I start tearing the fuck up. Because I'm like, I don't want to like, so I exit the fucking place. I went outside because, the theater has a little patio. Yeah. Because, and then we know that everybody
patio area.
Yeah, everybody took a break. So he went outside and he was coming and he saw me out there. Oh, bad boy Juan, Amir and everybody else and fucking Alex. We were fucking smoking. Alex what's his name? Other Alex. And I think he too sometimes. We would just fucking smoke cigarettes in the patio. Way like, I was stressing the fuck out. I was like, and I was crying. Bro, like, because that shit pissed me the fuck off. Like, I was like, what am I doing wrong? Like, is it me, bro? Am I retarded? Like, am I dumb? What's going on? Am I not, what's not clicking? Like, what, is it me? Should I just stop doing this career and like altogether? It was all that good stuff. And then Paul Wagar just comes. He sits down in the chair next to me. He doesn't look at me, but he's staring forward. And he goes, yeah, it's hard. It is hard. But that's why a lot of people don't do it, because it's hard. I was like, all right, I go, little, and we were back on stage, and that's when we worked it out, and then that's when I learned. I was like, okay, all it was my upward inflection. I just kept going
down. And then you walk back in, you wipe the tears off. You're like, okay, I'm ready. And he goes again. You're like, God damn it!
Yes.
End scene.
Yes. Like, you say it without even trying or thinking or even doing it. He was like, Yes. And I was like, oh.
Like, oh,
Oh,
that was easy.
that is a relief though. That is a relief though, because
Yeah.
it's natural. It's
What were some of your favorite plays that you guys performed at the arena? There was one play. I think this was a year before I started, but you guys did this play, and I think you look like a rock star. Like you had like guy liner on, and you had you look like a rocker. What show was that?
That was Coriolanus.
Oh, okay.
The Shakespeare Coriolanus, but it was a rock adaptation by Jason Weiss.
That's cool. Yeah.
It was the way how it was set up was we had guitars on the wall, which is great because whenever we had those fight scenes or the war scenes, the head of the guitars would Velcro off the wall.
Oh, so that's cool. Those to fight,
and, and it was so cool because we used strobe lights and the soundtrack was all rock. So you name it, we had it all there. So it was the whole point was to make Shakespeare or make theater more entertaining by implementing a little rock to it. And by having everybody dress up in rock, like everything rock, just rock. I want to
rock. That's cool, man. Do you, and then, so at TOA, as some of my listeners know that like at this school, stand-up comedy is one of the courses. Was that like, is that class, was that like one of the first times? Is that how you were introduced to stand-up?
Yeah, if it wasn't for the school, I would never have done stand-up, honestly.
Really? You never thought about it, never had an interest? You were just...
Nope. Never even thought about it, never even crossed my mind, put it that way. Honestly, it was just all acting. Anything acting related. Being at the school and then David Connolly saying, hey, we're doing stand-up. And I was like, well, fuck it. I'm going to have to do it whether I like it or not.
Yeah. Do you remember your first show at the Comedy Store? Can you tell me about it?
I did. It was packed. You know how it is, bro. Like the first show, it's always everybody wants to go and support you. Dude, I sold like at least 50 to 60 tickets that day. At least. It was
50
a lot of
or 60? What?
50 or 60, I think. Because I know definitely I took up half the room. For sure. Like I took my fams and friends. And then you got to think about it. A lot of those people put my name down.
Brought friends too. Oh,
exactly. Yeah. And you know how it is. So, so you just expect me just going around saying, hey, come to my club. But I would invite random ass people, just random. I was just, because to me it was like, oh, that's the assignment. Shit. All right, I gotta invite people to the show. We gotta
advertise.
We gotta advertise. Why? Because that's part of the class curriculum, because we are now in the Comedy Store. Now we have a spot and now we have to sell. And I was like, oh, so in a way, for me, it taught me more about business, like the art of it, like as far as how entertainment.
Right, how to market. Yeah. Right. And how to market yourself.
Yeah, 1000%. And whether you're not a stand-up comedian or not, it's still a good way to, get a good knowledge of it. So I give it that. And dude, it was amazing doing my show there. And then I started doing it more and more and more. But honestly, for me, it wasn't that I wasn't having so much fun with it. And everybody else had fun. Don't get me wrong. Like everybody else loves the jokes. They love the personality I put on and everything.
Meaning that night?
No, not that night. Just, towards the...
just in general.
Towards like now that I after graduating and doing all the... it was a hype, right? People were booking me back and forth, which is great. But honestly, I just wasn't... And honestly, I was doing it more because of my friends, because some of them weren't booking stuff. And a lot of them would be like, well, you have the opportunity to book it. And I'm like, all right, well... But I honestly just never wanted to. I kind of wanted to be like, I don't know, I'm not having, it's not so much fun for me, you know. I'm wasting a lot of money at these clubs. I'm paying a lot of money for these drinks, the food, the cab, the taxi, the metro, the time. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then that's when I booked one of my gigs. And then I was like, let me focus on this bad boy.
But the stand-up gigs it obviously introduced you to doing more stand-up shows, and then you started producing your own with our friend Keith Gertzner, the JK show.
That's
which
right.
You guys booked me on a couple times.
That's right. Yeah. No, and let me tell you, the JK show, all that was so funny. The reason why I was talking to Keith about it, the reason why we did it was at that time when we all kind of like were just like, you know, we all had that skill, the stand-up skill. Everybody's doing stand-up. Everybody's going out there and booking it. And at that time, I wanted to try out my skill of just creating, like just business. Let me see if I can create a show.
Producing,
here. You know, how can I make money out of nowhere type of deal? And luckily, I was working at the Complex, which was open at the time, but now it's not. That place was a great place to put on the show because they had the red curtains, you know, vaudeville style. We would open and close it.
Yeah, the seats would go up. Yeah. It was a great theater.
Oh, it was amazing, dude. And then the way we ran it too was like, it was just the thrill of it. And people came to it. And the way, you know, the theme, we would have theme to it. We would have sketches involved. It would just be a different kind of taste. Cause I'll be honest with you.
I did music
once. You did music, you were performing. But that's what I mean. Like, I don't know if you've been to like stand-up shows and it's just straight pure jokes and good comedians.
Pure stand-up, yeah.
But you know, there's times when, you know, you gotta, I don't know, you know,
have a little variety.
Yeah, have a little something, you know, going on right there. I think a little, you know, a little something different on the plate could savor things up a little bit. But that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm thinking about recreating something like the Juan Man show. So it will be coming out. It will be coming out soon, and we will be having that again. And hopefully at the Stand-Up Comedy Club. We're in talks.
In Bellflower? Dude.
In Bellflower.
Well, let me know if you need help producing, because I've produced shows there before.
Yes. Dude, let's do it. Let's do it, please. Because you know what?
I know John Greers.
Yep. John's the guy, man. He's the man. He's the man, the myth, the legend. Dude, thank God he did that stand-up club right there, bro. Because honestly, Bellflower's a good spot to do it, bro. It's a nice location.
It's a perfect spot because that area, Southeast LA, doesn't have any comedy clubs except for that one. And that's why I did my show in Downey, because I'm like no one out here really does stand up. And if they are, there's, you know, small bar shows. And that's when John found out about me, and that's when he reached out to me. He was like, "Hey, you should like bring your show here." It's like, okay. And we worked out a deal and we did it there a few times.
Damn,
that place is hard though, because it's a great theater, it's a great room. It was tough to consistently bring people over and over again. One, because of the size of the room. It was big. It was a lot of seats. And then two, the 2-item minimum. So people got to buy a ticket plus 2-item minimum, you know, so it gets, you know, for some people, not saying all, but for some people it can get pricey.
That part,
you know,
I think that's the main one, is it gets pricey. I mean, if you look at the prices in general, just, you know, you can't even go out to the movies now without having at least $50 to $60 in your pocket. Now,
right.
Listen, if you're in Hollywood, you're definitely going to spend $50 to $60. Think about it. You go parking, it's going to cost you. Then you go inside, the movie ticket, that's like what, 20? Sometimes you get for $15, $17 if it's a good deal. At least. But today's Saturday and you're with your girl and you want to have a good time. And it's
I was going to say, yeah, that's if you're going by yourself. Yeah. And if you're going with other people and if you're buying her ticket, yeah. It's not cheap.
Exactly.
It's not a cheap experience anymore.
And oh my God, this is so embarrassing.
That's okay. Hello.
My sister.
This is the
My
clip I'm going to use on Instagram.
Amazing. It's so embarrassing. I was like, God damn it. Yvonne Ferrer, everyone. If you guys want to follow her, she's famous on Instagram right now. She's doing like comedy as well. She's following the family's tradition.
Wait, is she?
Yeah, she started doing content on Instagram.
Oh, okay. Dude, tell me about hey man, you're leading by example. Tell me about so you're auditioning left and right. You're represented by an agency. They're getting you auditions, and you land a couple gigs. A few of which are the movie Babylon, directed by Damien Chazelle. What was that like, dude?
Chazelle,
because that was a big movie when it came out.
Huge movie, huge deal. Dude, it was amazing working that set, man. I mean, the set was huge. It was down in downtown LA. I forgot what theater it was. But
one of those old theaters.
We're talking about like thousands of extras, like at least 1,000 to 2,000 extras, because they had to fill up the seats.
Right.
And it was just, going back in time. It was just crazy. And so we're waiting for my mark or my scene to come up. So I'm on standby. So I'm on set this time. I'm on.
Are you waiting in a trailer, or are you just in a?
No, yeah. They told us they basically said if we like, hey, they want us on location instead of in our trailers at the time. So we went, and then they had us in our little, I guess, like little chair sections, you would say, a little resting area.
Holding area.
Holding area. And I didn't want to be in the holding area. So I got up and I was walking around and just talking to the set crews, the people that were working on other projects for like the next day, the next scene, the next week's project. So I wasn't distracting them as much. They're, how they are. They're construction workers. They're just like, hey, how's it going? Hey, Joe. So it's just the PAs and, all the camera crew and everybody.
Yeah.
You're on a tight schedule. So I was just watching the set, which is the theater. And I was all the way in the back of a theater, just leaning against the wall. This was during COVID, so I had my mask on. I was just leaning against the wall, and then I looked to the left, and across the theater, way across the theater, I see another person doing the exact same thing. He's just leaning against the wall. And then I didn't bat an eye, but then he looks over and sees me, and then he starts walking over. I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, oh, this is the COVID guy, bro. The COVID guy's gonna come over here and tell me to put my mask back on. Because, I had it like right here.
Oh, you had it. Oh, okay. You didn't have it over your nose.
Yeah, there's COVID people on set, dude, that they were like, at that time, they were on top of it. They're like, you got to put your mask on. You got, like, I'm telling you, as soon as you put your mask down a little bit just to, like, do anything, a second later, you got to put your mask on. Dude, where were you guys coming from? Like, I kid you not, Alex. They had one in every corner at that time, like, watching, scouting. So, but, he's walking over and he's coming. He's getting closer. And I'm like, okay, it's not the pandemic people, because they don't have a big old fanny pack that says COVID. And it's just regular skinny, regular dude, regular guy. And he had his mask on and he goes, Juan. And I go, Damien? I was like,
you sort of recognize
the only time
him?
we talked was, yeah, because not even, because the only time we talked was through email when, when he when he booked me for the part, we just talked a little, he directed me a little bit on email as far as like, what kind of character it is, what to do, how to do your language, what to do on set. Yeah. So it's funny because when we exchanged our names, he was like, yeah, so this is it. I was like, this is amazing. This is great, bro. This is cool. How's it going? And he was like, we're going. It's going. We got a lot going on, but day by day. And I was like, cool, dude. most decent conversation ever, bro. I felt like I was talking to a good friend of mine that was like a filmmaker,
Yeah. But it was a fucking director.
Yeah, and he just goes, so yeah, are you ready? And I was like, yeah. I was like, are you? He was like, yeah. He's like, let's do it. I was like, amazing. I was like, and he was like, yeah, just do it how you did it before on the audition and let's have fun. And dude, I'm telling you, like the way how these guys work, I forgot what company, I think it's Paramount, the company, Paramount Pictures. Dude, these guys, I give it up for them because they work hard, bro. They had like, it's funny. Sure. It was like, okay, so they set me up. They set my other scene partner up. We had some dialogue going on, and we were rehearsing that for a little bit. And then Damien was like, okay, let's get ready for the first take. Bring in the extras. Bro, what? I was like, what? And then boom, and enter comes like 15 extras.
Thousands.
That were on the
okay.
Yeah, not thousands, but just like 15 that were supposed to be handyman on stage. And I'm like, all right, whatever.
Oh, right.
And it was cool, dude. It was like, we were going over the scene back and forth. But I remember a few times there was like, the extras, it's their first time on set. A lot of them they don't even, it's a shock sometimes. There's this kid that just, he wasn't climbing the stairs. He wasn't acting. So it was ruining the scene.
Well, what do you mean? He wasn't climbing the stairs? Do you mean the ladder?
Yeah, so they were supposed to be handyman. Yeah, so he wasn't being handy on, he was just there, standing there. And the guy was like, you got to move around. You got to go up. You got to go up the stairs. You can go up the stairs. You can go down. You can wipe the floors. You can build, like, but you got to do something.
Right.
And so I told the kid, I was like, I told the kid, I was like, hey, come here. I was like, what are you doing? I was like, what are you doing right now? He's like, I was like, I don't know. And I was like, all right, help me out. I need my paperwork, like my blueprint. So why don't you run? Cause like, why don't you like give me the paperwork? Why don't you run from that side of the stage and run and give me the paperwork? And he was like, yeah. I was like, okay, here, go. And so Damien was like, all right, let's get ready for another take and action. And then I'm doing my thing and I'm like, and I go, where the fuck's my paper? God damn it, where's my paperwork? Who has my goddamn paperwork? Where's my blueprints? And then he comes running in and he gives me the paperwork. I'm like, Jesus H. Christ, can I get some fucking privacy over here? What were you doing with my goddamn paperwork? And, it's the 1930s and 40s. So it was like, So it was like, shit this, shit that. Hey, what are you talking about? Let's get back into it. Show us in 15 minutes, folks,
So you didn't have scripted dialogue. He said for you to improvise?
Yeah, at first it was no. So at first it was a certain dialogue that they needed, but then after that he let me just riff sometimes and just like, say a bunch of different things. There was a point where they got all my takes, because there was a part, I mean, it's crazy. This guy, Damien, the way how he works, man. My clipboard broke and the paperwork, I had some fake paperwork on me and I was frustrated and angry at my colleagues because that's part of the character. So then I throw up the clipboard by accident and the clipboard goes flying and the paperwork goes everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that's it. This is the end. They're going to pack me up.
Man. They're going to fire me.
Thank you so much. Yeah. And no, all you hear is, the paper falls down. All you hear is cut. And then Damien goes, Juan, can you do that again? But can you actually like do the paperwork a little bit more higher? And I was like, sure. And I did it again. And he was like, actually, you know what? Hold on, Juan. We're going to change cameras real quick and do a different angle. You're going to go on stage. And then I kid you not, the whole crew, that wasn't part of the fucking call sheet. That wasn't part of the shot list. That wasn't part of the schedule.
That happens.
Now everybody's like, oh shit.
They're having fun with
Everybody's moving. Yeah, everybody now is like, oh shit, what's going on here? What's like, even the grit people and the people were like telling me like, oh dude, yeah, dude, we're having some fun today. I was like, oh shit, what? I was like, because I guess it's just we're adding to it. We're creating. And yeah, we were just giving different angles of the paperwork, flying, and then he kept me there to do more dialogue of the scene, and then he let me go. And then unfortunately I didn't make the cut, but he did email me and he did say that he would be grateful to send me the video, have his assistant send me the video of that scene.
Oh,
that was supposed
reel,
to be in the movie.
For your actor's reel, yeah.
For my reel. And I'm like, oh, I said, thank you. I appreciate it. Like, I think my stuff. I did my part. Told him can't wait to work with you in the future. And apparently that's not what directors do all the time. So, because I'm more, because I'm always
send you
where they give people, reels,
footage.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time they could just be like, right. I mean, like I didn't get my footage from the Netflix one. I didn't get my footage from the other movie. What was the other movie? I forgot the other.
Family Switch.
Family Switch. Yep, that's the one.
Well, that's the one I wanted to ask you about. So, Family Switch with Jennifer Gardner and Ed Helms, which actually the company I work for, like that. Remember that music? Yeah, you've seen it, right? Have you seen the whole thing? Did you see Family Switch, the movie?
Beginning part of it?
Yeah, have you seen the movie?
Yeah. I skimmed through it. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't watch it fully through, but I did see I did. I did read the whole script.
Scene. Well, at least you read the whole script. Well, there's this scene where they're doing like a mini concert, and all the musical instruments that is from the company I work for. And my buddy Marcelo was hired as a tech guy. You've met Marcelo. He was hired as a tech guy to set all the instruments up for that movie specifically. But you said you worked on it, and you said that you had a scene where you were chasing around Jennifer Gardner. Tell me a little bit about that.
Dude. Well, the scene was, oh man, it was funny. So the script says 2 security guards are taking, because the point of the script is, she has a daughter that's in soccer, and she's in this scene, she's very adamant. She wants to be like involved. She wants to be part of the daughter's life. Yeah, soccer mom, hell of a soccer mom. So she's like, she's not even in the fucking stand anymore. She's in the field, and she's screaming, she's yelling. Man, Jennifer Garner, she's the GOAT. She's the OG. It was great. It was amazing seeing her. She was doing her thing. She was rehearsing. She was doing it, and I was like, that's pretty cool, man. But the scene was, she goes out in the field, and then another security guard goes, man, Karens be tripping. And I'm like, yep, those Karens, man. And then we go run after her. Karens be tripping, yo. That was a lot. Karens be tripping, yo.
Was that improvised or was that in the script?
No, that was in the script. It was Karens be tripping, yo.
That was in the script.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that probably somebody read the script and was like, I don't want to be called a Karen. Very understandable. I get it. I totally get it at the time. So they, the second day, it's funny, the first day, it was filmed. Second day, saw the script, boom. Our names were there, but the lines were not there anymore. Third day, we go in, get the script. Our names are completely cut off. They say, we'll put you on standby. And they said, no, we don't want to have the scene anymore. We had to cut it out. But thank you, we'll pay you. I was like, no. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the payment, but the same way how it comes, it goes, But having your footage and having that, dude, there it is, that's completely different. That stays there for life, for eternity. You can't take that away.
Yeah, but that's unfortunately part of the biz. Some scenes just, don't make it. They get cut for whatever reason. But hey, at least you still have that experience. At least you still got paid. What great opportunities to work with work with people at that caliber. We do have a few minutes left. I wanted to ask you really quick, what's your involvement with Henry and the motion capture class at TOA that they're doing? Or is that separate from TOA?
That's right. Yeah, it's a separate thing. It's called Motion Capture in Hollywood. Basically, it's a boutique studio motion capture studio where we train professional actors or new actors or beginning, intermediate, or even gamers, basically the ins and outs of motion capture. Whether it's professionally or whether it's for your interest too into the gaming world. Anybody can take the course. It's a workshop. And the studio itself, you can rent it out and use it for whatever projects you guys need. It's a really boutique motion capture studio right up Hollywood and Highland.
Is that it's in the same room that we would have like stage combat at, right? With Henry?
That's right. Yeah. It's just upgraded now. They got like a bunch of cameras set up everywhere. It's just the technology is
right.
crazy.
Yeah, it's rounded. Yeah, it's a bunch of cameras. All the padding. Right. There's the village or the video village or the where they're editing on the computers. Right. Yeah. That's cool, man. Cool, dude. Well, hey, this is your moment to plug in anything you have working on, or where can we see your work, or do you have any upcoming shows that you want to tell us about? Anything in the works?
Well, a little bit of everything. Just helping everybody out with short films or short stories, or bring it to life. So if you have a script or anything, let me know. I can help you produce it in any kind of way. Just hit me up on DM. The Juan De La Rosa on Instagram. But other than that, if you have, I just started a small little gig where, we bring in videographers and photographers to your event, and we edit and we film it professionally or in the style of how you like it. So, if you have a party and you want to make it in the style of, let's say, Project X, we can film it that way. Or if you want the Office style, we can do it that way too. We try different things. Or if you want traditional footage and camera, we're there for that too. It's called De La Rosa Production.
De La Rosa Productions. Alrighty. Cool, dude. Well, dude, good. Click. That's the photo. That's the photo we're going to use. That's going to be the thumbnail photo on Instagram. Dude, good to see you, man. Good talking to you. I wish you nothing but the best, man. And again, everyone listening or even watching on YouTube, you could follow Juan at the Juan De La Rosa. Keep up with him. And again, if you want any footage, if you want your party to be shot, you can reach out to him, and him and his team will do it for you.
They won't tirar my photo. Nah.
Get to. Awesome, dude. Well, good talking to you, man, and I'll catch you later.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, man. Love you.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe so you'll get notifications when new episodes drop. Thanks to my guest, Juan De La Rosa. Music by Mark Fabian. Produced and engineered by Robert Altschuler. Recorded by Command Creative Studios. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Kill the Small Talk Podcast and at Command Creative Studios. We'll see you next time. Bye.